What's up, YouTube? I got the new Yozma IN10 here in front of me. Just almost got just about 100 miles on this bike already, and just wanted to kind of hop on here and give you guys a quick review and my thoughts on the bike. So far, I've been loving it. This is the 48 volt 23 amp hour version, and it is powered by a 2600 watt engine motor, I should say. Yeah, it's been a really good bike so far. Digging the motorcycle brakes. This doesn't have the mountain bike brakes that a lot of the other brands have on there. This actually has motorcycle brakes on there. Did have a couple of issues with this bike when it was shipped, and they were very, very minor issues. There was a scuff in one of the forks, very small, probably even hidden. No, it's right here. Small scuff on the forks. And I reached out to Yozma, and their customer service has been fantastic to work with. I also had an issue with a little flaw in the display. You can see there's a crack in the little scratch in the screen up here, and they did go ahead and ship me a brand new display out for my inconvenience. I did also talk to the customer service about one of these bolts. Ended up stripping out, so I had to retap that hole. They covered the cost of the tap and die set, and the bolt were fantastic on that. My only complaint so far on this bike is probably going to be the seat is not built for comfort. Obviously it looks really good, but me being a bigger rider, 5'11", I tend to sit back here a little bit more. As you can see, there's not as much padding. Ideally it'd be nice to sit right here, but that kind of squinches you up a little bit. And so for a kid, this bike would be perfect, I think. Shocks and everything feels really soft. Everything's really smooth. It's kind of hard to tell the difference whether you're riding on the trail or in the dirt. But hey, without further ado, let's hop on this thing and see what it's got in store for us. So just kind of go over the modes here. You can see we got 83 miles. This is your trip, so however long we go here, it'll calculate how far we go. You got your average mile per hour, your maximum miles per hour, how many volts the battery is at, how many watts you're using, and how many amps you're using, and then of course the time that the bike's been on. Then you've got gear 0, which is nothing. You got gear 1, 2, and 3. So we're not even going to mess around with gear 1 because it's kind of slow, but we'll start off in gear 2 here and see how she does. This bike is definitely pretty peppy. I haven't been able to compare it to a Tudio, but to my understanding it's got a little bit more pep than the Tudio. Might as well just check this out. First gear maxes out at, see, I'm already going too fast. I think first gear maxes out at like 18 miles an hour. Yeah, so we're max first gear 18 miles an hour. And let's see what gear 2 does. Gear 2, I believe, goes up to about 24 miles an hour. I was wrong. Gear 2 goes up to 29 miles an hour. That's a pretty comfortable speed. We'll try from a dig and see if second gear is enough to pop the wheel up. Yeah, I'd say second gear you can ride wheelies. More than enough power to pop the wheel up. And then of course third gear, definitely a lot more torque for third gear. Do a top speed run in here and see what we get. Third gear max speed on this thing, about 165 pounds, 170 pounds. And Looks like we're gonna tap out at about 39.5, 39.6 miles an hour. So not too bad. I don't believe this is correct though. I think GPS on my phone actually says it's only about 34 or 37 miles an hour. And again, third gear, more than enough power to pull the wheel up. And again, this thing is amazing. It doesn't matter whether you're in the dirt, grass, it just handles nice and smooth. Alright, so we're going to start off in third gear here and see what kind of torque we can get out of this thing. And for the record, I am terrible at wheelies. Maybe we can get this wheel up here. I mean, it has more than enough power. I'm just not able to hold it very well. That one isn't bad. Anyways, more than enough torque. If you know how to ride wheelies, you'd have no problem riding wheelies on this thing. I did disconnect the brake switch, obviously, so that you can, you know, use that while you're up in the air. Tap the brake, hit the throttle a little bit. Bike just handles really good though. So again, guys, this is the new Yozma IN10 solid dirt bike. If you've been thinking about getting one of these for yourself or your kid, I would definitely say this is a great buy. I bought this with anticipation to upgrade the battery to a 72 volt and put the new 72 volt 300 series far driver controller in there. But my little kid, she rode it and she loves it, so we're gonna wait for something something to fail before we end up building this bike. But no, there's no need to do anything. You can do everything you want to do on it the way that it sits, other than, you know, reach speeds of 50-60 miles an hour. But this is a great bike and a great platform if you do want to end up building something. You got a nice solid structure here to work with. So yeah, this is the Yozma IN10. Thanks for watching.